This is Pangkor. Don't come to Pangkor, they say. Is what they say. But it's not true. I made it. Right, terima kasih. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. See you later. We are en route to the Dutch fort, and then we are also going to go to the mosque as well, and then on to town.
Oh, that's a different one.
Oh, this is the floating mosque. What is it? Yeah, we'll get a photo, yeah. So we've got this floating mosque behind us here on Pangkor Island. This is one of the many reasons why you should visit Pangkor Island. Oh, it's closed. It's closed. How beautiful it looks inside though. We are headed into Pangkor town now. That was the floating mosque and the Dutch fort. So aside from all the beautiful beaches you got on Pangkor, we've got some amazing historical stuff. There's some really old traditional buildings here. Some of the wooden buildings that you find in Kampung Baru on Stilts here, which is pretty cool and pretty amazing to look at and see. A lot of people still living that kind of traditional lifestyle out here. Feels worlds away from places like Kuala Lumpur. And when you go to places like this, the whole vibe changes and you almost feel like you're in a different country. It's a complete world away from what you're used to, especially around in the kind of surrounding modern city of KL with all these different cities and towns that join to it, from like Subang Jaya, Petaling Jaya and all sorts. You can see how narrow the roads are here. It's crazy. It's not an easy feat having to drive the cars here. Motorbikes seem to work quite well, but having a car makes it a little bit of a challenge, and the roads are very windy as well. Alright, I made it. Alright, terima kasih. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. See you later. Alright. Strong smell of ikan bilis and fish while trading. Yeah, lots and lots of different dry fish, all probably going into things like nasi lemak and whatnot. So here we are in the main town of Pangkor. Feels definitely a bit more village-like, and it feels a bit different to some of the kind of traditional housing and the traditional places we've just seen.
Yeah, let me see, there's a bank in here.
They've got a bank here. What's funny is as you come into the town, it's almost like a world away from the beaches, because there's bikes flying out everywhere in every direction. Literally, you get the feeling that no one walks here. In fact, everyone is literally on a bike.
Yeah, probably no one knows. Also, it's not that you you can't walk long distances. You can't go from a point of interest to the next point of interest just walking.
Yeah.
They're quite powerful.
There's fishes on sale. Different types of fish, yeah. It's hard to soak it in a bit because there's bikes everywhere. That's always an issue. But it's in terms of history, the island is been around since the 17th century, and traditionally it was used by merchants, traders, and even pirates to basically seek refuge and whatnot. It's funny because there's so many strong smells.
There's an internet cafe.
Now everyone can surf internet. That's something
I haven't seen one of these in so long.
That's something you don't see every day. An internet cafe. I tell you what, our hotel actually doesn't have internet in the rooms. It only has internet in the lobby. It's got a weak internet in your rooms, but it's not great. It just shows you how old school it is. Is that how you protect your bike, is it? Protect it from the sun, huh? Yeah, I was saying there's so many differing strong smells, but the prominent smell down here is from all the fish on sale, the anchovies that are being sold. And look at this old school building here. The vibrant blue that's peeling away. And stilts. You know, these kind of things that remain unchanged are always the most fascinating. What is it? What's up here then? But you get a view for all the old traditional wooden houses here. Yeah. Tin, rusted metal roofs. It's all a real world away from KL, huh? You know, when you think of Malaysia, you think of KL and the modern city. But, you know, you don't necessarily think of islands like this. Whoa. This viewpoint here. See? Now this is what I envisioned, and this is what I was told in being Pangkor. These locals told us, oh, don't go to Pangkor. You know, people in KL said, don't go to Pangkor, it's just muddy beaches. It's not very good. And if you Google Pangkor, worth a visit, or worth visiting, first thing that comes up, a Google answer that says not worth visiting. Don't bother. I can't remember the wording exactly, but I'll find it and I'll post it on here.
Yeah, that's so wrong. I mean, look at this, and then look at what we saw yesterday. It's a big difference. Like, the island offers much more than this anyway. You can't just like limit your view of Pangkor saying, yeah, it's muddy. You know? It's also like, obviously it's also a fishing village, but they got beautiful beaches here. It's so underrated. Hey, I was saying, we've been to some beaches in Thailand, and yeah, we've been told they were paradise, but they were just very touristy, really, and they were not that good, like Krabi, for example. That's what I was thinking about. Didn't enjoy Krabi Beach that much, and yeah, this is much better to me.
Even places like Koh Noi, I really like the vibe of Koh Noi. Koh Noi is much smaller. It's hard to describe, we haven't been to every Thai island, but I mean,
if you're talking beaches, the beach here is much better than Koh Noi.
yeah, Koh Noi has even better ratings from what he read online. People actually, oh, Koh Noi is actually quite nice. His beaches aren't that great, but they didn't say they were shocking. I mean, I thought some of the beaches were absolutely shocking. Some of the beaches were almost like this. I can't lie to you, they were almost like this. And I obviously don't want to be negative about it, but I want to emphasise the fact on why this place needs you to come here and visit this place. And this is probably why this is probably maybe one of the more underrated places in Malaysia. Obviously, when you look at this is their fishing area. This is the local town where all the fishing work gets done. Obviously, this isn't the beach side. The beach side is on the other side. But even when we pulled in yesterday, further up on the jetty, the water was. It didn't look like this, and it was very promising, and we looked. Oh, it looked really nice. It's very beautiful.
Oh, there's a swing.
Where's the swing? This very beautiful cut. Julia's usual fact. This is what happens.
No, but look at that. That's actually like a very pretty spot. Look, it's on the plan. There's a swing. There's a chair. There's a big picnic table.
People talk about Pangkor online. They want you to think Pangkor is like this. This is Pangkor. Don't come to Pangkor, they say. Is what they say. But it's not true. You know, and these kind of villages are very beautiful because they're such traditional living, and this is people living the same way they've lived for years and years, you know, and you haven't got these brands and these multinational hotels moving in, resorts building over this. You know, it keeps it really peaceful and tranquil, and prices very low in comparison. If you go to places like Krabi, if you go to places like Koh Lanta, you know, yeah, fair enough, it's not all resorts and fairly expensive, but you'll find that the accommodation and the cost of living there is so much higher than out here. You know, even the drink and the booze is cheaper, and this is Malaysia. It's supposed to be a duty-free island, so you can smoke to your heart's content and get a lot of things duty-free, but unfortunately alcohol is not included on the list here. If you want duty-free, then you've got to go to Langkawi to drink very, very cheap. So we're standing in front of the local town's mosque. Fortunately, we can't go in because it's only allowed and open to Malaysians for prayer. But you can admire the beauty of it from outside. There's something about palm trees that just like always blow me away. So you've got this town on this beautiful backdrop of nature almost. You get the hills and the kind of mountains that go into the woodland. You'll get cars in the way, won't you? We're heading back to Debunking now. Right, I'm obviously a little sunburnt from the beach now, but just want to say thanks for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed Pangkor. Definitely visit Pangkor, and thank you for joining us. Right, here we are at the Dutch fort. Not much of a Dutch fort left, to be honest, but the location is absolutely beautiful. The scenery in the backdrop is absolutely amazing, but the actual fort itself, not much left standing, unfortunately.
There's a lot of people on here.
There is, yeah.
gonna be